Hi everyone, so I'm currently in Italy and I'm next to a little apple tree right now. Life feels so good. Life really feels like heaven on earth. Today I was on like a little boat and it was just so nice. Like I felt like this is why life is worth living, if you know what I mean. And I found a quote that really hit me and I want to share it with you, and I'm going to expand on it. This is all Holy Spirit led, and I do believe that my videos find the right people at the right time. At least that's what I pray for. So this quote is from Amy Harmon. It's like poetry. So the most intimate thing we can do is allow people we love most to see us at our worst, at our lowest, at our weakest. True intimacy happens when nothing is perfect. So what God has been teaching me, has been revealing to me over this whole year really, is about perfection and realizing that I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, and really the magics, the kind of breakthroughs, the portals into higher levels of living and experiencing life, and I think why God intended us to be here is to accept that, we are not perfect, nobody's perfect. The only perfect human that walked the face of the earth was actually Jesus, and look what they did to him. Humans are not perfect, and I feel like when you strive to be perfect, it just leads to suffering. But when you embrace your vulnerability and you accept that, nothing's perfect, you've got like things to work through, and that you've got traumas to heal, you've got a long way to go. It also helps you build more deep and meaningful relationships and connections. So true intimacy happens when nothing is perfect, and when we realize that we're not perfect, that nobody else is perfect, that no situation is perfect. Everything is like layers. Like I saw something once and it was like something like life is just realizing that life is just like an onion. Like there's so many layers, there's so many truths, and there's so much intimacy and depth to that. So if this video found you, I've actually not made a video like this before, but maybe you have been kind of closed off and blocked, maybe in yourself, in your relationships, because you've wanted to, prove yourself or show yourself in a certain way, and you've not ever wanted people to see the worst in you, because you've not wanted people to see your trauma, see that you have any weaknesses. But right now, God is kind of pushing onto all of us, I feel like, to sit with the fact that we're not perfect and that we need God. We need His assistance in life. We need His help. We need His guidance. And only through Him we can be the best that we can be. Because when we are just on our own, when we're doing it all on our own, we have masks and we have ways that we want to be perceived. But like I said, the Lord is saying these masks are kind of being removed right now for ourselves, but also for other people. And we're seeing that no situation is absolutely always non-stop amazing. There's so many layers, there's so many truths, there's so many perceptions, there's so many kind of, opinions and assumptions and beliefs and whatever, on and on and on. And I don't even know why I'm really saying this right now, but I feel like somebody needs to hear it. You don't need to be a perfect human. You don't need to prove to others that you are a perfect human or half a perfect human. You can be vulnerable and you can share, and you are safe right now to open up with the connections that are in your life, because the Lord is saying when you are vulnerable, you can experience more emotional depth. You can experience more emotional authenticity, and there's a beautiful thing that happens, like in relationships, from my previous and past experiences, when I was closed off and I pretended everything was perfect and okay, there was no depth to it. But since, like in the relationship, the marriage I'm in now, when I open up and I I acknowledge that there's layers to myself, and acknowledge that there's layers to the other person, and acknowledge that there's layers to life. I'm understanding the depth and the complexity and the power in it, because the lower, the deeper that you plant your roots, the higher and stronger the thing is to grow, you know? Like, think like a tree. If like you're not planting, you know, very deep roots, that tree will just fall over in a storm. But if you are planting deep roots, I don't know how deep this apple tree is, but I'm feeling like fruits of the spirit vibes. Oh my gosh, right, I've just had a revelation. Fruits of the spirit. Like this tree right now, it's got fruits. And I've not tried it, but it looks like really nice apples. I might actually wait. Well, there's not actually any on the floor, so I don't want to pick them. But fruits of the spirit. If you embrace that you're not perfect, and you embrace that other people's not perfect, and you embrace that no situation is absolutely perfect, and you embrace authenticity, and you embrace vulnerability, and you embrace opening yourself up instead of closing your heart down, you will experience the fruits of life. And I know it's not easy. I know it's very difficult for a lot of people who are emotionally closed off and scared to come face to face with vulnerability, and, you know, putting themselves into situations where it's like an exposing of the weakness, of traumas, of all that, blah, blah, blah. But true intimacy happens when you embrace that. And this is not even just about human relationships. It's also about relationships with God as well. Like, when you embrace that you are not perfect and you need Him in life, He loves that, because He knows that you're not perfect. He knows that nobody's perfect. He knows that in order for you to become the best version of yourself, you need Him. And the moment you acknowledge that, the moment a deeper, more personal, intimate relationship will be formed and will be created. So I'm going to end this video there, because I've said enough, and me and my family, we are going to dinner, and I just love it here. I love Italy so much. I get such a beautiful vibe, and there is a strong Catholic culture here. I'm not actually Catholic. I don't even box myself into a certain religion. I basically say, when people ask me, like, I just have a relationship over religion. My relationship is with Christ. But I'm definitely excited to check out these churches around here, because they are so beautiful, the Catholic churches. So I'm very excited for that, and I'm sending you so much love, so much beautiful energy your way, and yeah, you are safe to be vulnerable. You are safe to open up, and you are safe to acknowledge that you need God in life, because that is just the truth. So I love you so much again, and God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.